Yo, what's up, guys? Symbiote Addiction 22, back at you with another awesome video today. Um, so today, I'm sure most of you guys would understand why I actually have the lights off and I have a little flashlight on. It's because I am going to be doing the top five most haunted places in each state. And yes, 50 states. But that doesn't mean I'm going to do all 50 states in one day because that's just too much to do. So, I know some of you guys are kind of into that type of stuff and wanting to know like what type of scary places are there to visit around these places and wanting to check them out. Me personally, I would just like to talk about it. I don't want to visit any of them because I know some of them are kind of true. I know some of them are probably not true, but I'm not taking the risk of wanting to lose my own life because I went to go visit some place that I didn't know if it was true or not, and then end up losing my own life because of it. Um, so what I did was I took some paper. I know it's hard to see, so you can see this right here. I did 50 of these, and each paper represents one state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my little Daredevil snapback that I have here. Yep. As you can see, yeah, it's kind of torn up a bit, but yeah, you can see it torn up right there. But who cares? But yep, we're going to drop them in here, and then we are going to figure out which five states we will be talking about here today. While I'm shaking this up, I do want to apologize for, not being able to get to these videos in time or making these videos in time because I'm actually doing school, so having to work full time and still do school, it's a little too much. So, there will be times where I may end up taking a break, but I should be fine for now. So I'm going to try to keep working on these YouTube videos and being consistent with these videos so that way you guys can always have something to watch, especially if you're not watching anybody else's channels and you want to jump over to this one and see kind of what I have posted up or see if there's anything recently posted up. Yes, I'll definitely be sure to keep that up so that way you guys can always have something to watch. I mean, believe me, I would be doing the same exact thing you guys would be doing too. Trust me. Now, if you guys remember the last one I did, not the last urban legend, but the last video I did a review on Betrayal at House on the Hill, which is a really awesome game if you have friends you want to play with. Then that makes the game even more funner. Now, if you're by yourself, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you want to try, but at the same time, it's not really the same because you gotta have a traitor and you gotta have a survivor. But that doesn't mean that we can't make it work. So I will try to do exactly that. So that's gonna be what we'll do. So starting next weekend, and this has nothing to do with Betrayal at House on the Hill, I'm actually going to try to check out a tattoo parlor because I'm actually wanting to try to get a tattoo here sometime soon. Maybe around my birthday, possibly. I don't exactly know what kind of tattoo I want to get. That's why I'm trying to go over there this weekend or next weekend so I can check it out and see what they have. So I'm really hoping they have something good. Otherwise, if they don't, then I can try to, come up with something and use that as my own personal tattoo, and I can let everybody know when I get it, but hey, this is something that I actually drew and I actually had imprinted on my skin, on my muscle, or my arm, my torso, wherever I'm gonna get the tattoo at. But now that we gotten this shaken up, let's figure out exactly what 5 states are going to be talked about today in this video. Alright, we got 1. We got 2. We got 3. We got 4. So you can see I have the snapback right here. Then we are going to pick one out. Last one. Alright, we got the last one right here. Alright. So those are the 5. So what I'm going to do is, after I finish these 5, I'm not going to use these anymore. And I'm going to keep whatever I have left in the hat. So that way the next time I do another one, we can keep it going. Because I'm actually wanting to do an urban legend series of the 5 most haunted places in each of these 5 states that I pick. So, the first one that we have is, let's pick up this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do them in order. So the first one we got is, hold on, give me 1 minute, so that way you guys can kind of see. But I know it's hard to read. It says Georgia. So Georgia is one of them. I know it's kind of dark, sorry. But the next one is... The next one is going to be... New York. I know, like I said, it's hard to see, so just kind of bear with me here. Yep, so New York. So we're just going to work on those 2 for now, and then we'll unveil the last 3 afterwards. So, Georgia. And for Georgia, this is probably going to be extremely scary. I mean, I've never been to Georgia, so I don't really know what kind of scary places they have down there, but I'm sure they have something, or numerous of things, actually, now that I mention it. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Should be it right here. Yep. Alright. So, Georgia being the most famous haunted place in Georgia would be the ghost town of Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is actually the largest man-made lake in all of Georgia. I want to say. I'm actually going to show you guys a picture of this in just a bit. So, this is kind of creepy in a way. I never would have thought this would actually exist. So it says, at the bottom of Lake Lanier lies almost a fully intact towns, ferries, racetracks, and multiple cemeteries. The government, in their determination to create Lake Lanier, brought up entire towns in order to clear the space for the lake after they received congressional approval in 1946. I guess this is all when it happened. However, they decided to let the water cover up the towns rather than demolishing them. So now Lake Lanier has a decidedly eerie feel around it. There have been an unusual amount of freak accidents and deaths on the lake. In 2011, so in 2011 there were literally 17 deaths alone. So many of the people that have drowned in this lake have been recovered. People have reported feeling arms and legs in the water, but have not been able to find them right after, leading people to believe that spirits still roam the lake. So whoever ended up dying in that lake still roams that lake till now, even till now. Here's a picture of it right here. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. This side. So that's literally what the that's what the lake looks like. I know it's hard to see because it's blurry and all that. So hopefully you guys can get a better look this time. Kind of creepy if you ask me. So, literally. So that's kind of what it looks like, you know, not inside the ocean, but at least on top of the ocean. So inside is still actual towns and cemeteries and ships, which is kind of, like I said, it's creepy. It's really creepy. Um, so we kind of give you guys a little inside scoop on it, a little bit more detail. Um, okay, um, so obviously this is obviously what ended up lying at the bottom of the lake, and it's creepy as hell. So this rather eerie history and the spooky presence of whole underwater ghost towns, derelict ghost ships, and desecrated cemeteries are far from the only strange things about Lake Lanier, and indeed it has accrued a rather sinister reputation for drawing death and suffering to itself. So over all the years, there have been an inordinate amount of deaths associated with the lake, ranging from boating accidents to drownings, and even a fair number of drivers who have lost control of their vehicles to go careening off the roads to crash into the water. Really scary. So if anybody lives in Georgia, I do apologize for speaking about this. I don't know if you guys have ever even heard about it, but I apologize sincerely. But you know, these are things that I do like to talk about. So, like I said, I do apologize about it, but that's creepy. So there are various stories of boats that hit something in the water, only for it to turn out that there was nothing there. Boats or other watercraft capsizing for no apparent reason, and sudden dangerous rogue waves that seem to come from nowhere without warning to maraud across the surface. Many of the drowning cases are somewhat odd in that they have happened very close to shore with strong swimmers and in calm conditions, which, considering the history of the lake, have given rise to rumors that Lake Lanier is somehow haunted or cursed. And that's kind of where I was like, okay, if something hit it and like was like forced to go into the lake, I would assume that yeah, it's cursed or somewhat haunted. Um, some who have drowned there and lived to tell the tale have told of feelings as if they were being pulled underwater or held under by unseen hands, or of having the air suddenly seem to leave the lungs and cause exhaustion with starting suddenness. Seeing that right there, that's what would cause me to not even bother going. Um, I want to go ahead and just take the time to go ahead and say that there's going to be a part two. My battery's actually about to die, so let me go ahead and I guess charge it up, and I will be right back with part two. So um, I'll see you guys in a bit.